concept that isn't brand new, but that is gaining more and more interest, is universal basic income. The idea behind basic income is simple. Give each citizen enough money to live, not super comfortably, but enough to survive. Unlike existing welfare programs in the United States, basic income would be paid to every single citizen, regardless of whether or not they're employed, and regardless of how much money they have or earn. So it's not like unemployment benefits, which are only available to the unemployed. An obvious benefit of basic income is that everyone would have enough money to take care of their basic needs, things such as food, housing, and clothing. There's a lot of talk these days about technology, especially artificial intelligence, eventually replacing workers. Basic income could make up for fewer employment opportunities and give people the resources and the cushion to attend classes to obtain more education and upgrade their skills. It could also give them the flexibility to do other things in life rather than work to survive, including taking longer maternity and paternity leave. An argument against basic income is that it would cost a lot of money. Where will the money come from? We'd probably do what the United States has been doing for decades now, just keep printing more money. Over time, all that printing has an inflationary effect, and it's easy to imagine everything costing more and counterbalancing, at least to some degree, the benefit of receiving the income. Basic income also has implementation challenges. It wouldn't be simple to administer a social program of that magnitude. We don't have a ton of information about the impact basic income would have on society. A study done in Canada in the 1970s showed there were significant benefits. For example, when basic income was introduced, mental health improved and more teenagers continued through the 12th grade. And people kept working. It wasn't the demotivator that some opponents of basic income claim it would be. For unknown reasons, the Canadian experiment was not continued, nor was it highly publicized. A charity called Give Directly is launching a 10-year study to gather scientific evidence about the impact of basic income on society. They are randomly selecting dozens of villages in Kenya, a total of about 6,000 people throughout the country, and giving them each a basic income for 10 years. The amount of basic income participants will receive will be as much or more than most of the recipients would make in a year. The goal is for the project to produce scientifically valid evidence about what basic income policies do when implemented over the long term for entire villages. If the study is successful, it will easily be the longest basic income study ever performed. Here in the United States, the startup incubator Y Combinator is funding a study called the Basic Income Project. Sam Altman, president of Y Combinator, has written that he wanted to find out the answers to some questions about what happens when basic income is implemented, such as, do recipients on the whole create more or less economic value than they receive? There's no question that the ever-widening gap between the haves and the have-nots is a significant social problem, and basic income is one possible solution. Politically, though, it's tough to imagine this being taken seriously in the United States in the near future. In a survey of citizens in Switzerland, only 23% supported basic income. If that's all the support basic income can muster in Europe, basic income won't happen until things in the United States get a whole lot worse from an economic and social standpoint.